Welcome back to Whiskey Wednesday. I'm Alec Rubin, producer, executive producer, star, and co-star of this Whiskey Wednesday. And today I have a special guest with me, Director Erick. Erick, how you doing?
Good.
Am I supposed to be talking to the mic like this?
No, you can just be, your normal self, but I know you're trying to act a little bit special today, so it's appreciated.
That's rude.
So
I'm always special.
Well, that's a good point. So, why are you having me on the show today?
So no one else would be on with me.
Oh, I feel honored already.
One. Well, you were a jerk, so I'm going to be a jerk back. That's one. Two is you've been getting into whiskey a little bit since working in the office. You've had some higher end bourbons, and you enjoy them. You're kind of getting into whiskey, and we're going to take you kind of through the gambit today. Different countries, different types of whiskey, peated, non-peated. You haven't had some of the lower end, not lower end, but just less expensive American stuff yet. So you're gonna try a little bit of everything today. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like, and maybe some tasting notes if you're up for that.
Okay, I'm ready.
Cool.
So what do we got first?
First, we have Jack Daniel's Old No. 7.
Of course, the tried and true.
I'm sure you've had this, potentially.
I think every American's had that.
But yes, most likely.
Especially probably in like high school.
So I'm just gonna pour you a little bit of that. Let you get started on that.
Well, it smells like Jack Daniel's, a little vanilla-y and whiskey.
How about, you get any nuttiness, or I'm leading you a little bit. I'll stop leading you.
Yeah, I can't place the exact nut, maybe walnut, but.
I really should not have invited him on here. We might have to scrap this whole video. Like it, don't like it?
I mean, it's Jack Daniel's, not my favorite.
Okay, so moving on.
Wasn't too much there. It's everyone's had that whiskey.
Okay, we're gonna do a rye next. So the difference between like a bourbon and a rye is that there is more rye in rye than corn that is in bourbon.
Okay. What is rye?
Rye is a grain, like like rye bread, stuff like that.
Sense.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of rye bread, but
maybe you'll like rye whiskey.
maybe.
Just poured you a little bit there.
You're not tasting these with me?
That's fine. Make me finish my glass.
I'm not getting too much of a smell on this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you break your nose?
Maybe.
You don't have to shoot the whole thing at once. You can taste it slowly. See, I get spice on this immediately.
No, definitely. It's
Some sweetness.
I feel like it has more of a matte taste. If you could just
Matte taste.
Well,
so
not
a little
like-
more muted.
Yeah, muted taste. But
Okay.
it has. Oh, that makes sense.
So what we just are drinking right now is the Hudson Manhattan Rye. Comes from New York, from Tuttletown Distillery. I don't know how old this bottle is, but I get some like brown sugar, some nice spice to it, stuff like that.
No, your nose is more developed than your palate, for sure.
You just saying it's the big nose?
No, I didn't say anything about your nose size.
Okay, so those are two Americans now. What did you think about those two? Did you like one over the other?
I like the rye, definitely. I just don't like Jack Daniel's too much. I've had it too much in my life, and probably drank
We
too
probably
much
shouldn't have started there. What do you want to do next? Irish or Japanese?
I'm intrigued by the Japanese. I've never had Japanese whiskey before.
Okay, so there's different types of Japanese whiskey. There's rice whiskey, and then there's Japanese whiskey that's somewhat more like Scotch.
Okay.
This is a rice whiskey intentionally, just because it's more true to what Japanese whiskey is.
Because that's like sake, right?
I have no clue.
Rice, okay.
No clue. I don't know anything about sake. You're teaching me now.
I just thought sake
my
was made
show.
from rice,
I'm the star and the co-star.
I overset my boundaries.
It's okay. So this is, I'm probably butchering this name, Oishi whiskey, and it's a port cask finish. So it's gonna have a nice sweetness to it, but it is rice whiskey. Should we try a different glass?
Yeah. Appreciate it.
No problem.
So is this one gonna taste like the color purple?
Not this one, no. It could. Does it smell like the color purple?
Oh, it definitely, I won't say it has a ricey smell, but it definitely has a more like
It's definitely fruity. It's definitely
yeah,
lighter.
Yeah, I can smell that.
You don't have like those deep like rye notes or the corn notes. Way different, right?
It definitely tastes a little like sake. If like someone took sake and mixed it with some whiskey, I actually really like that.
Yeah, I get that. A lot of new whiskey drinkers that I put onto Japanese rice whiskey really enjoy it.
It smells like rice papers.
It does smell like rice papers.
That's what it is.
It smells like purple rice papers.
Definitely. You can definitely smell the color purple just oozing out of this whiskey.
I know you're not being serious. You're just making fun of me, right?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like, a few videos ago, he said that some whiskey tasted like color purple because the blackberries in it or something.
I said it tastes like blackberry compote.
Yeah, the color purple.
The color purple.
Yeah, definitely. That's good. Yeah, it's light, you know.
I'm sure I know you've had Jameson before in terms of Irish whiskey, right?
Yeah, that used to be my go-to until I started working here, and then I drink Jameson. I'm like, oh, it's not that good of whiskey anymore.
Yeah, just because your palate's been introduced to different things, so potentially now you're just enjoying that a little bit more. So what I got you was Redbreast 12-year-old cask strength. So what's the proof on this thing? 111.6 proof. So Jameson's probably around 80 proof if I had to guess. This is a little bit higher.
Okay.
I thought you would maybe be interested in trying something more like that. I'm not pouring you too much because we still got to work today.
I just gotta be creative. So
I poured myself more than I poured you.
At the end of the day, this will just help my creativity.
Okay. Apparently I poured whiskey on my cigar. What are you smoking?
I'm smoking the Project 40 Maduro. This is actually probably one of my, because I'm also a little newer to cigars as well. I've had them probably on special occasions.
Well, maybe we'll do the same thing with cigars next.
We're gonna smoke a full cigar each time or just a little bit?
We'll probably just do like what we do with blending and give you like 10 different cigars to kind of go through. You don't have to finish them all, obviously, just get the flavor from each.
Also, it would be fun to do a, guess what cigar this is from our selection.
I've done that.
I know, people...
It's very difficult.
Yeah, I can tell.
It's very difficult, so I'd be interested to see how that goes.
But yeah, I like this one. I mean, it's lighter, but it has the Maduro. And
yeah, it brings a nice sweetness to it. Maybe some like chocolatey, earthy notes.
Also, really like the Mundial.
I know you do. You're a big fan.
I don't know why. It's just real tasty.
It's a very refined cigar.
I'm all about the refinery, bro.
I'm all about the distillery.
Okay, so which one are you drinking?
This is the Redbreast 12-year cask strength.
It reminds me of Jameson just off the scent. I guess you can equate that to the Irish.
I have no clue. I'm not a big Irish drinker, so if you say so, I'll believe it.
I don't know anything about Irish things either. Fun fact, I'm not Irish, so.
What are you?
Swedish and German.
That was not that fun of a fact.
Is what?
Not that fun of a fact.
No fact I have is fun.
It would have been more fun if you were Irish.
Yeah, everyone says that.
Yeah.
It's okay.
What do you think about this?
Definitely has more of a kick to it.
It's that higher proof, 111. A lot of people like to use the word smooth potentially for this as well.
Yeah, it does have a smoothness going down.
It has like these nice buttery qualities in my opinion.
Gotta get butter on the taste. See that?
Good
like
vanillas.
Yeah, it's like those fatty, savory flavors, you know?
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, no, it is. I could drink that like, I don't know, old-fashioned or something.
That was dangerous.
That was
Plain.
dangerous.
Pause.
Oh, take a water drink then.
Go for it. Okay, so next we got the tried and true Glenfiddich 15. This is a favorite within the office. We actually pair this with Princeado all the time. Goes very well together. So let's give this a try. Obviously, this is from Scotland. For those of you that don't know.
I think one of my first alcoholic drinks ever is when I was in Scotland. My parents gave me probably like that much because we stayed at.
They are some good parents.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I guess I'm just saying I drank underage, but it was just like a little taste because we were at a.
Were you underage in Scotland?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
Actually, I'm not sure. We'll scratch that. But it was just a little bit, and it was you know, it was so strong, but it was cool. It tasted disgusting back then. I had no idea what I was drinking.
Try it now.
So.
Have you had this one before, the 15?
Yeah.
Is it one that you like?
I think so.
So what's nice about Scotch versus, let's say, American whiskey or bourbon, for that fact, is they age their barrels in used oak, so it's not new American like bourbon does. You're gonna have a lot more heavy tannins the longer you age it. This is gonna get rid of a lot of those tannins, kind of smooth out those edges a little bit. And since they do it in not as hot of a climate, it does not penetrate as deep into the woods. You're getting less of those oaky notes. And yeah, it's just usually, again, a term that doesn't like to be used a lot in alcohol, or in whiskey, but smooth.
Why? Why do they not like the word smooth?
Because it's just a very general term that doesn't really mean anything. It just means that it's not too hot for someone that's newer to whiskey to drink, essentially. But what they're just saying is maybe it has lighter flavors or it's not as high of a proof. So it really is a term that doesn't mean a lot the more you get into whiskey.
Yeah, because I feel like when, you know, growing up and just not drinking whiskey and you'd go and get a nicer whiskey, the first thing out of someone's mouth was like, ooh, this is smooth.
Exactly.
And that's
like
it.
a hated term within the industry because it means
nothing.
Nothing. Basically just means it's easy to take in a shot.
Yeah.
Which a lot of whiskey drinkers do not take into consideration.
I would say whiskey's one of the only beverages that I won't take shots of, and I'll just slowly drink. Usually my go-to just whiskey on the rocks, or
which is fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with, you know, adding whiskey to ice. A lot of people are like, no, you have to only drink it neat. That's the best way to get the flavor. And maybe, but who says you can't enjoy it the way that you like it at the same
True,
time?
I forgot you look down upon putting ice in your whiskey.
I don't. I don't at all. It's just some whiskeys I prefer to have with ice, and some whiskeys I prefer to have neat, just because I know what they are already.
True,
I've had them. Or if it's something new that I'm trying, I always want to try it neat first to figure out what it is before I decide to put it on ice.
No, that makes sense.
Or even in a cocktail.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely some whiskeys I prefer in a cocktail and some out.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Have you ever had peated whiskey? Do you know what peated whiskey is? So peat is like peat moss, and they take it and they burn it, and it adds this certain flavor to the whiskey. And it's very distinct, it's very in your face. I am not a big peated drinker myself, just because I find it hard to pair with cigars. Personally, that's a personal opinion. That is not to say that goes for everyone. But go ahead, try that. That's Balvenie Peat Week, which is they clear out everything, I believe, in the distillery for that week.
Really?
And they only do peated whiskey.
Is it because it's to like mix with everything or something?
They don't want it to mix with everything else. So that 1 week of the entire year, so 51 weeks of the year, they make their normal whiskey, and then 1 week out of the year, they make peated whiskey.
Yeah, it smells like cocktail olives.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of people say like mermaid's bath water, stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, but you know,
like super salty and briny and rubbery and stuff like that.
You just make this really appetizing now.
Hey, those are their words, not mine.
But no, it tastes like the little, you know, green olives that you eat with cocktails or martinis, I guess.
That's super interesting.
Yeah, that's what I mean from the scent. I don't know.
Take a sip, see what you think.
Yeah, it's just like not an appetizing smell.
For you?
Yeah.
Especially when I said burnt rubber and mermaid's bath water. Yeah.
But I definitely I do like those olives, but I'm just kind of, I'm a little nervous
now.
now.
Dude. No, it's not that big of a deal. It's the last bottle, who cares? A lot of people love it. A lot, otherwise they wouldn't make it. Some people say barbecue is because it's smoky, right?
It's smoky, yeah.
Not for you though.
No. It has it reminds me of really strong mezcal.
Okay, yeah.
It's a little too smoky for me.
This is why I gave it to you last.
Yeah. I'm just gonna pass on that one.
You ready?
Look, I got another glass. I thought you said that was it.
Surprise bottle.
Oh God, what do you got? What do you got?
I just brought a little bit of a liqueur for you to try.
Dude.
Have you had this?
Dude, Malort's disgusting.
Have you had it?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I had this 2020 New Year's. I was in Chicago with my friend, and
wait, so like the end of 2019, beginning of 2020?
Yeah, right before COVID and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, let's get some drinks. Like, oh, bro, try this Malort. I'm like, okay.
Your friend's an asshole.
Oh, yeah, Tell me about it.
He knew, obviously.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 things.
Did he have one with you?
I actually don't remember. He might
Probably
have faked
not.
it.
Yeah.
2 things though. First of all, how the hell do you get this far through a Malort bottle?
There's a rule in this office. If you want to drink the good whiskey, you have to start with that.
Well, good. I got that out of the way a year ago.
Yeah.
Second of all, how the hell do you pair this with a cigar?
You know, I just wanted you to drink it.
Okay. Because I was like,
I'll do it with you.
ugh,
I'll do it with you.
I don't know, I might vomit, bro. Let me give it a whiff.
No, don't give it a whiff. You're just gonna hurt yourself more.
Bro.
Here, when you drink it, just think. A friend told me this. Just think sour grapefruit, and you'll be fine.
I hate sour grapefruit, so.
So do I, but it makes it not taste like garbage.
I want to see how many people would willingly try this.
I'll do it right now, so for you to do it.
I don't want to though. It's disgusting.
Come on. The bottle's almost gone,
I know that's so disgusting.
and I have a backup.
Okay, but seriously.
This bottle has lasted over 4 years.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you had to pair a cigar, like the best, it doesn't have to be Alec Bradley, but like what cigar do you think would work with that?
None.
None. Not even like a
None.
like a blueberry flavored.
Maybe. I don't know. I smoke blueberry flavored cigars.
Doesn't actually smell as bad in the glass.
Fucking liar. Holy shit.
Okay. I appreciate
Cheers.
you bringing me around the world.
Oh, here's the cap.
I don't know why we had to end up back in Chicago.
Oh, and I'm sorry for everyone that I forgot Canadian whiskey. For my brothers up in Canada, sorry.
That joke seemed planned.
It was planned.
I know.
Yeah.
You almost forgot about it.
I know I almost forgot about it.
It's funny though.
Yeah, it's good.
I've never had Canadian whiskey. Can you make whiskey out of maple syrup?
Mead.
Oh. Mead's
Make
pretty
mead.
good. Yeah.
Stop stalling.
Screw you. That's gross.
Cheers.
Okay, cheers. Oof.
Is it that bad?
You gotta drink it.
No, I don't. I don't have to do shit.
Fuck you.
Don't forget.
Fuck you.
Fine.
Oh, you took such a big one.
Huh?
What is that flavor? Like, it literally tastes like acid.
That's grapefruit. That's rancid grapefruit.
Actually, when you think about grapefruit, it does make it better. Because then you're like, oh, it's just a fruit.
Yeah. Hold on.
I don't know why you poured such shit. Let's see how.
What the fuck? That's so bad. It's been so long since I've. Oh my god.
It's like you forget how bad it is.
You forget how bad it is. You just know it's. Oh my god.
The cigar definitely. I don't know. I would suggest.
Pick up the cigar?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
definitely milding that.
Where's my water?
Malort was. Why'd they make Malort again? And how do they still make Malort?
It's a rite of passage. That's it.
Ugh.
That's horrible. That was stupid. I shouldn't have done it. Once you
Yeah,
did it,
because you thought I didn't know what Malort was.
Yeah, I didn't think you knew what
Yeah.
it was.
Oh Lord, it stays so long.
I know. It lingers.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what we still need to do? One chip challenge.
What's that?
It's like the hottest chip in the world.
Oh.
It's like a ridiculous amount of Scovilles, and
Who wants to see Alec eat the hot chip
I'm
in the
not
world?
doing it. There's other people that volunteered within the office to do it. No problem.
But if you have the challenge, you have to do it with them.
No, I don't.
It makes sense.
No, I don't.
I think they should.
Only if you do it with me.
Yeah, I'll do it if you do it. And
Fuck! I thought you were gonna say no.
Nah, bro, I'll do it.
I'll give up in 30 seconds and then go puke.
No, you gotta puke on camera though.
No.
That'd be a great thumbnail.
Only if Bradley does it. I guarantee Bradley will never agree to do
You'll
this.
never do that.
No. Well, thank you all for tuning back into Whiskey Wednesday. We really appreciate it. Thank Eric for joining us today. Maybe he'll be on with us again.
Hopefully
Next
not.
week, we'll go through cigars though. We won't do whiskey this time. There won't be any Malort. Maybe.
This is maybe once or twice a year thing.
Well, maybe the Malort in the cigar case will. No, I'm not saying that it's like Malort, but maybe we'll try a flavored cigar in place of Malort. something off the beaten path.
I want to see you compare a cigar with Malort. If there's any pairing out there, I want to see someone do it and be like, oh, it makes Malort taste okay.
I know someone that just made a cocktail out of Malort and said it wasn't that bad.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I feel like you add some lemon and some real bitter flavor.
I don't even want to think about it.
You could get rid of that, like.
Could you?
I think so. I hope so.
My cheeks are hurting from how sour that is.
My entire body hurts from that.
Yeah.
You can wrap
Did you enjoy the rest of the whiskey?
Yeah, I did.
Wait, what was your favorite?
Yeah,
That's my
true.
question.
Um,
I'm really curious. I have a feeling it's going to be the Japanese.
I would say I like this one the most out of something that is unique and that I could see myself drinking more. But if I were to go to a bar to get like a whiskey neat or whiskey on the rocks, I'd probably pick this one.
And if you were just hanging out with friends, something easy to drink, maybe this one?
I mean, my friends drink whiskey, so they
Oh, okay, got it. So they would go more toward this or
they'd
this.
probably go to this or this.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah, no, I mean this was pretty good too. I'm not a huge fan of this one.
Yeah, mermaid's bathwater. I get it.
But yeah, no, the Japanese was cool. I feel like I feel like that'd be good to eat with. Like I would drink and eat.
You know, I never thought about pairing Japanese whiskey with food, but I kind of like that.
Because it's kind of like sake. Like it pairs well
it's
with
really
lighter
light.
foods.
Yeah, you could do. I could see fish or chicken going really well,
Or Korean barbecue.
or Korean barbecue. Yeah,
It's really good.
yeah, I'm with you on that. Okay,
But
thank you again for tuning in. We're gonna go get Korean barbecue. Have a good one, everyone. See you next week.